Peace. Welcome back, Reflections. I keep saying that, don't I? And then proceed to reiterate, what do we really mean? Yes, everything is a continuation, of course. There is no beginning, there is no end, it simply just is. And what you tell yourself, of course, of what it is that you're looking at, or what it is that it is. Nevertheless, we're back with another episode. Another download drop, or in this case, upload, isn't it? We have enough download these days, so it's time to upload to the collective consciousness and share what we know. Share the peace, sell, you know what I'm saying? Like share the wealth, share the knowledge, share self, you know what I'm saying? Because there's so much to know and so much to learn. Yes. And so I have my trusty iPad with me to help move us in a particular direction that I would like to be moved. You see, something a little different. Just trying it out to see how it goes, of course, you know. And so this is a little more deeper, because everything here is deep, right? This ain't no surface level type of thing here. And so, yeah. Awareness, witnessing awareness. Something that's been happening all along, right? This whole time. As we get caught up in reality, we get caught up in creation that we forgot about the creator itself of this creation. And of course, the creator itself has made itself inside the creation, and the creation and the creator is all one. It's not separated, isn't it? So you come to the conclusion that awareness is simply witnessing the infinite expression of awareness of itself. Or God looking at God. Consciousness looking at consciousness. Energy looking at energy. Through various faculties and faces and expressions and beings possible that it can do this through, right? It's a beautiful thing. It's not separated. It's not divided. It is all one. It is all unison parading in multiple cells. But in reality, these cells do come together into one cell. And it always has been one cell, right? It's fire. It's like you think you're looking at her. You think she's looking at you. But in truth, it's the one looking at the one. Like, let that sink, right? Let that sink. The one looking at the one. The ocean looking at two different waves of itself, because it's presenting itself in different manners, in different ways, but it does comes from the ocean. No two waves are the same, right? They do what they do in different paces and different frequencies, but eventually they do recede back into the one, only to generate waves again as it's generating movement, potential energy, kinetic energy, right? It's a fire phenomenon, it's a fire concept, and concepts are nothing but just ideas and creations. And we give it a spark to bring it alive, and then the more people that agree upon it, the more alive it becomes, until it becomes its own entity, its own God, right? It's all fascinating. It's all fascinating, you know. I'd recently had this experience that brought me back to this realization, brought me back to this remembrance to which I am speaking about here, right? It's like love, connection, separation, reunion. All of it was the same awareness, shifting shapes. It was consciousness remembering its own face. Like, oh wait, that is me. How could I forget? How could I forget? That is me. me going through these different experiences, because I am indeed infinite in nature, so therefore I have to go through different experiences, which I kind of like amount those to data, essentially, right? Because experiences are data, and this data eventually comes back and it returns back and feed it back into the source. That's what we call it, the source, right? It's just the source code, and the source had multiplied itself into billions and billions of cells. It has the same spark within itself, right? To imitate, to live out, to do, to grant wishes, to take away, right? Another way of saying that is to build and destroy, right? To inhale and exhale. All of these experiences simply just to bring it back, because it needs to know that it is indeed what it is. The only way to do that is to split itself up and allow itself to experience all possible things there is, right? Even the things that we call evil, the things that we call good, the things that we call disgusting, immoral, right? All of these definitions of things that are dissatisfaction to the human condition and human nature, these two are a part of the experiences of what awareness is going through. We'll just stick with awareness because this is the title of the video, right? Don't forget, this is indeed awareness enacting all of these things, processing all of these things, because how much can I know if I'm always doing the same thing, opposed to doing different things amongst every different individual that is here, right? And so it brings me back to, the pain and the void of these experiences that we end up doing, right? Even the heart, like the hurt, serves a purpose. The silence, the distance, the void, none of it was punishment whatsoever, right? It was awareness folding back inward on itself to recalibrate, to expand, and to reveal what was hidden, right? The human felt the emotions. The God behind the human simply observed. Two levels of the same being. Speaking of myself, of course, I'm not sure if you can really feel the way that I feel, right? Because it's only me. But of course, to those that this video, attracts, somewhere within you, you have come to this conclusion. Somewhere within you, you have searched for this conclusion. So therefore, I present it in a manner that works in my perspective, right? Because the human is going to go through all type of roller coasters of emotions, ups and downs, growth and death. But the God behind the human remains neutral. It remains stagnant. It remains observing. It remains non-attached, non-judgmental. The very same awareness that is there at birth of a baby, it's the very same awareness that is there at the death of that elder from a baby. And it will still very much still be there after the death, when you have ceased the human body and gone into another form of existence, because there is infinite possibilities, isn't there? And this is how we know that there is life after death. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. And so the return, the realization, the remembrance of this awareness, right? We get caught up in our everyday realities that is always shifting, so deep into the stories and the storyline and the timeline that we forgot that it is awareness still witnessing all of these things happen. So we start to remember about this, right? When the drift ended and the clarity returned, it wasn't two people fixing something. It was awareness coming back into alignment with itself. It was the higher version meeting again. Once the lower patterns dissolved. We think relationships are between two individuals, but they're not. They're between two frequencies that is essentially trying to rejoin itself and collaborate as one. Isn't that something that is fascinating? In a relationship, oftentimes, when things happen or what we call problems, it is because of frequencies radiating at different pace of what we call misunderstanding, right? Miscommunication, right? Misalignment. This frequency is doing this and the other one is doing this. There's going to be friction, isn't it? But if we're both doing this and then slow it down, come together, and then now it is in unison, it is in one, these frequencies are now able to completely surrender to each other, completely comprehend each other to the point that no language is needed anymore. We can just telepathically feel what we're saying. I can energetically feel what you're saying without you having to elaborate with the middleman that is called English. So now our frequencies have now become into alignment. This is what it means to be in alignment, right? The frequencies are now vibrating accordingly as it's supposed to, right? It's a beautiful thing, but of course, the moment that you come back to a state like this, then of course friction is going to happen, and therefore you'll have to recalibrate yourself, even if it means separating. But eventually, those frequencies can come back and boom. If they so deem it, if they so want it, you know, you are both creating a reality, a desired reality that you both want to be entangled with, that you both want to be engaging with. So it requires work on both sides in order to get these frequencies to come together in alignment once more for progress, for growth, right? For more expansion. And when you come back together, it's like, it's different, but it's more because of the evolution that was involved, right? It's almost as if these frictions are needed to happen in order to quantum leap, in order to collapse the timeline even furthermore to what you desire for each other. It's quite a fascinating thing. It's a beautiful thing, right? And so this is a message to the viewer, to those that this video has attracted, right? If someone enters your life, reflects something deep, stirs something ancient, or triggers a transformation in you, it's not random. It's not a coincidence. Rather, preparation, right? You're looking at a version of yourself you needed to meet. Every connection is sacred when you understand this. Awareness is always meeting awareness at different stages and different levels of its life. Whether it be younger or older. A very beautiful, example of this is having children, right? There is a higher version of awareness, which we call the parent or the guardian. And there is a lower version of awareness, which we call the child, right? One would know better than the other. And so it will give it the way, it will give it all the knowledge that it knows in order for this particular version to quantum leap over this one and keep it going and keep it going and keep it going and keep it going, lineage after lineage after lineage after generations, because it only gets better. Consciousness only continues to expand and recalibrate itself for the better, because the more it knows, the more it can operate, the more it can move forward, the more it can oscillate in these experiences and have better and better and better experiences. That's fire, right? This is why we continue to multiply ourselves, reproduce ourselves, but not really ourselves. It's simply another frequency of the same energy, of the same one, right? It's a continuation. It's infinite. It comes in different forms, whether it be here on Earth or outside of Earth in other dimensions and other realities that has been created using the same energy by other frequencies, or which would be called individuals or other beings, other awareness, right? It's fire. So breathe. I hope you did it with me. If not, pause this video and do it. Like, take a quick breath. This resets the nervous system, right? And watch today from your true seat. The seat of the witness. The witness being awareness. The witness being God. The witness being Jesus. Jesus. All of these names to clarify and identify the one that is you, right? Look at your relationships, your emotions, your experiences from that higher vantage point, right? See yourself in all of it. See God in all of it. Because that's exactly what's happening. Whether you come to the conclusion or not, it's eventually inevitable that we all will understand and know what awareness is, right? Awareness and love with its own reflection. Yo, I swear my partner could attest to this. It's beautiful. It's awing. It's amazing. There's so many words that we can use to try to hold it in our part. Awareness, aware of itself. Excuse me. Do I edit that out? Nah, there's no point. We only raw. We present the raw version. There's only one version to be presenting to reflection, isn't it? So you will have it, nevertheless. But yeah, awareness and love with its own reflection, studying itself in different ways and infinite expressions and possibilities, and simply just watching. Just watching, you know? And it's okay to get lost in your own creation because you're never really lost. You're only just simply looking at another version of yourself. Lost only to just come right back to you, to the one expression, to the awe that is in awe perpetually, forever, so long that the ego can comprehend, right? But the spirit knows what the ego doesn't. For the ego is a part of the creation itself, so the ego tries to separate itself from creation, but it's still a part of creation, so therefore man is God and God is man. It's fire. Anywho, remain present, remain powerful, remain as you are. The one appearing as many, the many as one. Salud.